And you're welcome. It's time for us to tell you what you'd find on the front pages of the dailies. With me, I have a very special guest with us. Welcome, Mr. Mike Mesikeno.
I need to pay. After this time, man. That you just complain now, say 2 years, best in just do me. I don't dare here like 20.
Mike.
I need to pay.
Alrighty. So, of course, what to expect after the president's speech from yesterday would be that today on the dailies would have plenty of that on it. And so it has been. We're going to start from the Nation newspaper for 1st of August, a Tuesday here. And the first big headline, subsidy paying Tinubu rolls out relief package. President outlines measures to lift economy, Ogwe others hail presidential plan. We talked about the president's speech from before and the fact that it was expected that he would come out to tell exactly why the circumstance that we're going through are so and how in the future it's supposed to actually help. He also noted very fervently the fact that the funds from subsidy which had been removed were actually going to, well, they were being siphoned into different pockets.
We know that there's quite a lot of fraud.
It was very important to let the people know why that was removed. And I think that more work has to be done to actually let them know maybe different ways and forums, especially people who are in the D and E class. It highlights most of the achievements here on the front page of the Nation newspaper, and a quote by the president himself. This period may be hard on us, and there is no doubt about it that it is tough on us. But I urge you all to look beyond the present's temporary pains and aim at the larger picture. All of our good and helpful plans are in the works. I know that they will work. Let's move on now to other headlines at the top of the Nation newspaper. It is time to deliver. The president tells the service chiefs on security, and Labour insists on protests despite ongoing talks with government. I think it's supposed to start tomorrow.
Yeah.
Do you think that anything will change since
May
after the president's speech?
Yeah, I expect it should. I expect it should, because from what he said, the discussion is with Labour. So he has been having a discussion with Labour that the minimum wage would change, would go up. So it should. There should be something. I don't think it will go forward, especially when we've heard this. You know, other things are the highlights of the speech, which we can see there. 75 billion to 75 enterprises. See, the thing is, these things are good. See, we just hope that while it is being shared or whatever, along the way, in the process, people don't divert these funds.
No
that
racketeering.
is that is the major wahala. Okay, go further down. 135 billion for MSMEs. You understand? MSMEs, yeah, medium and small scale, enterprise and all that. 75 billion for 100,000 MSMEs. Now, 225,000 metric tons of fertilizer. 200 billion for to be disbursed as follows. You know, there is if it gets to the people as it should, this will be okay.
It looks
That's
very
what the
wholesome.
problem is.
The strategy is wholesome.
Yes, it is. Now it is in the implementation.
Yeah. Perhaps maybe along with that, if we also had penalties for people who go against this scheme, and I mean stringent ones that would actually.
So it is. The thing is that it's the people that are charged with the implementation that these issues come from.
Yeah.
We've had issues. I mean, during COVID, remember when we had issues of, okay, the particular amount supposed to get to, and then before it gets to you, it's like half of the money.
Yeah.
Because along the way,
it's been
2-3 people has been. That is where the wahala is for all of this.
There's a very interesting headline here for the Nation before we move on to your paper. Lagos slashes bus fares by 50%. Poor families to get food packs. That's at least some sort of relief that people should look forward to.
Now you are talking, once you say that thing now, a 50% slash. Now we are saying that almost everybody is going to use transport. Transport is needed. If you can get more buses, then you are directly impacting people. Directly
underline that.
So that's
what paper do you have? I'm sure we're going to meet these.
Yeah, it's the same thing almost everywhere. And, people are talking about, The Guardian says, Tinubu justifies reforms, unveils 500 billion naira package to ease pains. Tinubu presidency road to 100 days. And we can see all of that outlined. Labour FG meet again in attempt to stop tomorrow's protest. And like we had mentioned, I hope that this speech by the president should have some effect, in all of that. Senate jettisons promised. Okay. Yesterday we saw some videos of. This always happens with screening.
Oh yes, there was that very interesting, embarrassing.
From years back, there was this particular lady who couldn't sing the national anthem and all of that. We've seen it. It's embarrassing. But my point, even if you want to lie, you don't go plan your lie ahead.
Are you talking about the senatorial nominee?
So a lot of them are so embarrassing. I just read only the headlines. I don't bother watching the video because I'm so embarrassed for someone's
for
father.
a fellow, yeah, exactly.
I'm so embarrassed for someone's
And this
son.
was the case of a nominee who had
you
been
hear-
nominated,
so-
who had only 2 credits and still made it into the university. And when he was asked to defend it, it was a rather wishy-washy.
It
type
was.
defense.
It was. So and that is where look. See, it's not just about the president. Nigeria as a country cannot get to where it is going to go to with just one person. It is about the other people. They are important. So these people are as important, maybe even more than just the president.
Indeed.
So it was quite embarrassing to watching.
Let's move on now. The Punch newspaper, same story. Subsidy pains. Labour insists on protesters. Tinubu will case 500 billion naira palliative, 3,000 buses. FG plans wage increase, relief for MSMES. Others to resume talks with NLC today. NLC faults FG's reform. Lagos slashes fares as protests rock Oyo and Osun State. At the top of the Punch, Senate screens 14 tackles nominees over age and tax. We saw most of that, especially online. External reserves shed $167 million as Naira slumps even further. And Tinubu decorates service chiefs, generals pledges loyalty, and of course asks them for results. At the bottom, and for sports, gallant Falcons pocket 1 billion naira, reach World Cup last 16. How did that make you feel?
Well, it was happy and sad because we're going to be playing the European champions, England, in the next round, because most likely. And as it stands, man, we are out in that round.
For real?
Don't try yourself, fool.
Wow.
Do you know that England, they are not beings. Like we are out as it stands. If
Right,
you
come
look
on, a
at it-
little bit of hope.
yes. So this is the analyst talking. But then when, of course, Nigeria can surprise you. See, I mean, against the odds, things happen against, but the odds are going to be against us. That's just it.
It's all mathematics, quite frankly.
You understand?
I get you.
So, but we are happy. They did well. They've qualified. They didn't lose a match.
Any match, yeah.
So Super Falcons,
Super
all
Falcons
of them.
go, Super Falcons go.
Well done.
Let's hope you don't meet your Hayabusa. That's a bike-related quip
okay.
there. The
Maybe
Hayabusa
someday
is
we'll
called
have
the
a
Falcon
bike
Killer.
class or something.
In any case, thank you very much for joining us for the papers. Here's hoping that you pick up one and maybe share with us your opinion. Use the hashtag WakeUpNigeria on TVC.